Y'all, before this video even starts, I ain't realized when I shot this that, look, I think it's doing it again. I didn't realize that one of my braids was like hanging out by a thread. It was like sticking out. So throughout the video, my braid is like, whoop, but don't focus on my braid, all right? What's up, family? It's your boy, Gems I Never Had, where I give you the gems I never had so you can make the decisions I couldn't. So I'm jumping straight in today. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. So today's video is all about starting and managing your side hustle. I'm gonna give you about 12 steps to follow. Make sure you follow these steps before you start your first side hustle. The first step in starting your side hustle is you wanna make sure you're starting with the right thing. Like, what exactly should you be doing? So, y'all know me, I'm all about writing things down. It's just something spiritual about when you write something down on a piece of pen and paper and it's tangible and you're looking at it. It's just like the transferring of the thoughts. It's something that's just there. The first thing you're gonna do is write down a list of 5 things that you're just passionate about. Passion means the things that you would do every day for free. Like, you would do these things regardless of if you got money or not. 5 things. Second thing is you're gonna write down a list of 5 things that people say you're good at. Like, what are things that you do and people just say, like, yo, you're really good at that. Second step, write those things down. Third step, so you've written down 5 things that you're really passionate about, things that you do for free any single day. And then you've written down the second step, things that people say you're really good at. That's an indicator of something that you're really good at. People tell you, you're really good at this. Or when you do it, like, it's different when you do it. You've written down those 2 things. So step 3. For example, you're gonna combine them now, right? So for example, let's say you really love making videos and someone says, you're like, the way you break down information, like when you say it, I really get it. So now your first example was you love making videos. Second example is you're really good at teaching. People always tell you you're good at teaching. So the third step is, an example is maybe now you teach video editing. So like, you're really good at making videos, you like doing it, you like constructing them and putting it together. Second step, people say you're really good at it. Maybe you teach editing. Third step. Fourth step, you don't want to go in trying to make a ton of money. You just want to, the thing about finding something that you're passionate about is you're gonna be rooted in the passion of it and not necessarily wanting to make money. You want, because it's gonna come off as greedy and it's about the quality of the work. Of course you want to monetize it, that's 100%, but you want to make sure that people don't feel like you're just trying to take their money. You want to make sure that people feel like you're giving them a service. You don't want to go into your side hustle trying to make money. You don't want to go into any business really and truly trying to make money, because when you just want to make money and money doesn't come for a long time, there's no foundation. Your foundation should be the thing that you're passionate about. Of course you want to monetize your passions. That's life. But the thing is, the thing that separates you from other people is the passion. For example, there's a huge difference between Elon Musk, CEO of Tesla, and the guy that's the CEO of Nikola. They're 2 separate people. Elon Musk is an innovator. He's like Tony Stark, for example, right? There's a difference between Tony Stark and I forget the guy's name in the first one. The guy that just wanted to make the weapons and make money off of it. There's a difference between Tony Stark and that guy. Tony Stark has a vision for the world. That's why we buy into it. Elon Musk has a vision for what Tesla can be. He wants to revolutionize the world. That's the kind of thought process you should have when you're making your passion, when you're making your side hustle. How do you want to impact the world? Why should I buy your product? Your product has to be something that's different from anything else I can get anywhere else. Or not necessarily, like, your product doesn't necessarily have to be different from everything else on the market, but it has to be, the experience should be different, right? Step 5, you don't want to start with something that's going to cost you a whole bunch of money. So for example, for me, I'm a resume designer outside of my acting and all those other things. So I already have Microsoft Word. So it's something that I don't have to spend a lot of money on. It's not a high risk, because no matter what happens, I already have Microsoft Word. Or even though I had to repurchase Microsoft Word, it's something that I use anyway. When I type, when I'm writing essays, when I'm doing different things like that, when I'm writing scripts, I use Microsoft Word anyway. So it doesn't actually cost me. It doesn't actually cost me to start this. One good way to look at stuff is, of course, you have to be an investor for your business, but you also want to let your work pay for itself to some degree. Now, I'm not saying don't ever come out of pocket. Of course, you're gonna have to come out of pocket. That's just the way the world works. But if you haven't even sold one product yet, you don't want to come out the gate spending $1,000, because now you have to make back that $1,000. Maybe you just want to come out the gate. Maybe you spend $100. Maybe you already, and a lot of the time, all you have is all you need. I'm gonna say it again. A lot of the times, all you have is all you need. Look at the things around you. Look at the computer programs that you already have. Maybe you could get a program from a friend. You don't always have to step all the way out of pocket when you're starting a business. Step 6, quality comes first. Before you even start monetizing and promoting, you want to make sure that you're doing the best job you can with your product. So if you're gonna do a resume, or you're gonna make a video, or you're gonna edit, you want to make sure that you're bringing your absolute best to every single product that you work on. Every single client that you work for, you want to make sure, client that you work with, you want to make sure that you're giving them the best product they can get out of everywhere they could go. Quality is the thing that separates you from other people. There's a difference. There's a reason why you go to there's a difference why you go to Zara for a t-shirt versus going to the thrift store. Not knocking the thrift store, because I'd be in the thrift store sometimes too. But you understand that there's a quality. Zara's going to give you a certain quality that a Hanes t-shirt might not give you. That's the difference between, and then quality ties back into financing too, because if you know that the quality is higher, people will pay for it. The quality is going to speak for itself. You're going to pay for that name brand t-shirt because you would assume, or you know, that that t-shirt has a certain quality, has a certain texture, a certain fabric you can't get anywhere else. The cheaper ones, sometimes you can't get that quality. So the quality is going to be the quality, and the customer service is the foundation. That bleeds right into the next step. Customer service crowns you. Customer service is the one thing that is going to keep your clients coming back. The thing about customer service is it takes all the stress off of your clients. You don't want your clients to feel any level of stress at all when they're working with you. Why? Because the process that they're hiring for is already stressful. That's why they're hiring you, right? So when you think about Amazon, for example. People love Amazon for a bunch of reasons, but one reason they love Amazon is because it's stress-free. You go on the app, you type what you want, Amazon Prime, it's gonna come. You don't have to worry about whether it's gonna get here in the amount of time that you said. You can always reach out to Amazon. Like, people love going to Amazon because the quality sticks to it and the service is always there. Next step, communication. Listen, communication can make or break your side hustle. When I tell you, have you ever had to call a business and you call and they don't answer the phone, or when you email, they take hours to respond, or when you text the person, like, they don't respond? Communication will kill your business if it's not done right. Again, it goes back to your passion. If this is something that you're passionate about, it'll all come together, because if you're passionate about it, you're gonna have good communication. It's gonna be great quality. So it all ties back into passion, right? But moving forward, communication, reply to emails within the hour. Use huge corporations, for example. If you can't call them, when you email them, they get back to you within the hour. I had to email IMDb because I wanted to get some information. And IMDb, it's a thing where you see that if you ever type in a movie and you see the cast or something like that, International Movie Database, that's IMDb. But anyway, the customer service responded to me, I think within like 20 minutes, probably less than that. It was probably less than that. And they were able to help me rectify my issue. Communication is the thing that is going to keep you afloat. So establish your communication. So establish, if you're the best with emails, respond to emails within an hour. If you're better with calls, respond to calls. Pick up the phone. If you don't pick up the phone, make sure you call them back within the hour. If your best form of communication is texting, make sure that you text them back within the hour. Now, here's a gem. If one form of this communication is your best form, then your other two forms should always also be as equal. So if you're better at emailing, then you should be equally good at talking on the phone and texting, because every client is a different age, every client has a different personality, and every client responds to things differently. So you don't want If someone is a big person on talking on the phone and you're not good at talking on the phone, you might lose that client. Why would you want to lose a client just because you can't call someone? Of course, we all have different personalities, but the thing that's going to keep you afloat is your communication. So think like a business person. If you say to yourself, well, I'm not really an emailer, you just lost $50. If you're good at all three, that means you can attract all different types of people. For example, older people, they're not going to be, more than likely, they're not going to be emailer types. They might be call types. Younger people, they might be text types. Young people might be email types. I personally I'm an all three kind of guy. Like, I'll email. I actually prefer calling just because if I can call you, I'll just call you real quick and get it done. I send voice memos too sometimes. Like, I'm that kind of person. Super versatile. You want your clients to feel comfortable. So if it makes your clients comfortable, whatever makes your clients comfortable, you want to do that. The next thing you want to do is be fair with your rates. Especially when you're just starting out, never undersell yourself, never undervalue yourself, but also understand the psychology of when you want to group a lot of people, you don't want to just come out the gate charging what your long-term price is going to be. You get what I'm saying? That's why, like, a lot of times, follow stores, follow like companies that you look at. Even if you see any store that you might walk past, any brick and mortar store. Brick and mortar just means like stores that are just like they're physical locations. Like for example, a bank that is not an online bank is a brick and mortar bank. Like, you just walk in, it's like an old school traditional bank, right? So strip malls, those are all like brick and mortar things. It's just a gem to know. So you want to make, when those things open up, what do they always have? Opening sales, right? Because you want people to get the quality of what it is. You want people to see what it is and feel it out. Once people understand the value of it, then they don't mind paying more. But you don't want to just start out the gate. Let's say you're just now getting into resume design, right? Like, you don't want to out the gate just start charging people $100 for a resume, because number one, you don't necessarily have a portfolio. Number two, you don't really have the clientele to support it. You can start off lower. For example, you can gauge yourself. Like, let's say you just start off, and it depends on what your age is too. Like, let's say you just start off with, maybe I'm doing $40 for depending on the resume. Like, if you want, and that, that bleeds into my next point. Let's say you start off with, if you want to get a standard resume, $40, right? So, and that would be like a 3 to 5 day wait. If you want like a 2 to 3 day wait, maybe that's $50. If you want the next day, then it's $60. If you want same day, if possible, then it's $70 or $80 or something like that. But you just want to establish what the quality is. And once people understand what the quality is, then they'll pay more because they know what the value is. Price is what you pay, value is what you get. Warren Buffett. You want to be efficient with your services. Think about Amazon. Amazon is such a... People have a lot of views about Amazon, but the thing I will say about Amazon, and actually the internet started it first, but Amazon revolutionized the way people think about getting products. Like, do you remember when we were kids, you'd be like, you'd press submit and you'd have no issue waiting like 7 days. Now, literally, if a product is $5 cheaper, but it's not Amazon Prime, you're not gonna pay for it. Like, literally, we live in a world of instant gratification, like social media, text, FaceTime, all these things. If you can't get it quickly and efficiently, you're not even gonna bother with it. So make sure that you're pacing yourself. I think a good time frame, and this is a broad stroke because it all really depends what the service is. But for example, like, if you've got a video editing service going on, depending on the length of the video, obviously, like maybe if this is like a 10-minute video or something like that, maybe you want to say, okay, you could get them the video in 2 to 3 days, and then you have separate rates for those things. But we'll dive into that in another video. But you don't want to necessarily have, like, you have to wait 5 to 7 days. Because if I got to wait 5 to 7 days and the next person can get it to me in 2 or 3 and I could just pay an extra $20, I'll pay the extra $20. Next step is have a weekly newsletter. Weekly newsletters might be one of the most important things you can have for a side hustle or for a business. Why? Because a weekly newsletter keeps the name of your business in everyone's email and everyone's text and everyone's social media in the back of their subconscious. It's always going to be there. Like, for example, think about the companies that are in your email that you see every day. Mercari, if y'all watch my other video, they're always emailing you. Like these companies, Let Go, OfferUp, they're always emailing you. It's in your subconscious, right? What newsletters do is they make it possible for people to have quick access to you if they want to refer you. Now it's, oh, I can just go to my email and pull out such and such's email address because it's always there. It keeps everyone abreast. It keeps everyone in the loop. And on top of that, it's just a really great way to build community and communicate. Especially when you're now starting off, you're not gonna have like a bunch of clients. You're not gonna have 100 clients. It's like a really good way to just have a small, not a fan base, but have a sense of community. Like everyone is gonna be 10 to 15 people. And it really feels good when you have a list that continues to grow over time because you're building up your clientele. Send it out the same day every week. So usually just do like, I like to send out my newsletters on Monday. I usually will type it on Sunday night or something like that. I got a Gmail account, so I'll just schedule it. I think every email service has it. I just schedule it to send out at a certain time. I usually like to send it out around like 9:30 to 10, just because I know some people wake up later. You can send it out earlier. I think 9:30 to 10 is optimal though, because like that's when most people kind of like are getting into their day. But you can do what you want. Be on time. Time is one of the most important assets there is. I'm telling you, if you're not punctual, you can shoot your business in the foot. You need to know, and the thing is, set times that you know you can agree to. If you know you ain't a morning person, if you know you get up at, you're a 10 o'clock kind of person, you wake up at 10 and that's like when your day starts. Don't tell your client you're gonna call them at 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the morning. Don't set up your deadlines so that you have to be up at hours that you don't operate at. Why? Because when you operate then, now you're not operating at the fullest capacity, you're operating under pressure, and I don't care what anyone says. Like, yes, sometimes people do operate better under pressure, but it depends on what the pressure is. If I had to design a resume in 30 minutes, I would not make a good resume. Like, I'd be throwing things together, I would miss things, I'd be rushing. Don't do that. Set deadlines that you know you can actually stick to because you're gonna perform the best that way. Consistency is key. Them's the gems. If y'all got anything out of this video, like, comment, share, subscribe. Actually, I came into some good news. I had actually texted somebody about my video. I was like, hey, make sure you watch the video. And they actually said that they had shared it to people already. So I thank you all for sharing it. It really does help the channel because these videos do take a long time to make and sit down and craft. So I appreciate y'all. Please continue to like, comment, share, and subscribe. All right, family. Next time.